Hello everybody and welcome back to the next video. This time we're gonna talk about 5 crucial mistakes people are doing when it comes down to grinding MMR and getting a higher rank in the future. Number 1. People are playing wrong heroes. It is kind of obvious to say, but for example, if you are playing offlane and you love Slardar, Omni Knight and Ogre, and you have a pretty high win rate on these heroes, you're winning most of the games and you feel good, but if you play different heroes, you're losing everything. It kind of balances it out. But the problem with it is, basically, if you win with Slardar and Omni Knight only, at some point you're gonna realize these heroes are not that good. Maybe it works in your current MMR, and maybe you have a higher win rate. I'm not saying it's bad to play these heroes. If it works out for you, keep going for it. But at some point you're gonna realize some heroes are just not working at different MMRs. So I will definitely recommend you watching the meta right now and checking out which hero is good and which hero is like good in which position. And if you can, choose like 3, 4, 5 heroes and just spam them. Don't even think about anything else. If you wanna get good, you need to be consistent in the meta. Even though the meta is boring or whatever. It can work out for you playing heroes that are not in the meta right now and like winning a lot, but at some point you're gonna realize people are just playing the meta heroes and you playing non-meta, and they're gonna completely womp you because your heroes are not as good as theirs and it might not work out. So I would definitely recommend you playing a certain amount of heroes that are like currently very good, so you will have the same skill and like win rate at higher MMR. For example, you pick Pudge every game, Pudge is working out until you get like 5k MMR, and then you're just only losing with Pudge. Instead, try like Dawnbreaker, Spirit Breaker, Primal Beast, any hero that is like currently in the meta and getting picked at TI quite a lot, and people are playing him a lot because they are strong. And at the end, if you grind MMR and get higher MMR as well, you will see you can keep up. You're not falling down again. And that's like the big benefit you will get. If you play meta heroes or heroes that are like strong and they just feel good as well, because they are good. The number 2 on the list is basically your mindset. You need to change up your mindset. I'm not saying be the most PMA guy. I'm not saying be the most toxic guy. I just want to make one thing clear. If you want to grind MMR, the biggest enemy for that is yourself. You need to think about it, and you need to think about yourself as well. If you're not thinking about yourself, you're gonna lose even more MMR. First of all, you're gonna tilt. Second of all, you're gonna tilt your teammates. And then it's like it's a snowball system. Whenever you are tilted, you're automatically losing 10 times more than when you are just chilling and enjoying the game. So if you want to change your mindset, you should definitely think about it. Who is the biggest enemy? It is not your teammates, it is not your enemy, it is basically yourself if you want to grind MMR. So please try to be like more positive if it's possible. You don't need to be positive, you can just like mute everybody and just enjoy the game and play for yourself. But for example, stop flaming your teammates. Stop trash talking in the all chat. It's not helping you, and it just like distracts yourself, your teammates, and the enemies. Maybe the enemies are even trying harder because they realize, yo, this guy is annoying, let's just destroy him, you know. So please think about yourself. You are the biggest enemy when it comes down to grinding MMR. The third point is people are trying to get good at too many things at the same time. If you want to focus on getting better at certain points, you should focus on them. If you want to get better at laning, focus on your laning. If you want to get better at teamfight position, focus on that. If you want to get better at pulling, focus on that. If you want to get better at last hitting, focus on that. Stop doing everything at the same. I know it sounds stupid, but if you're only focusing on like one thing, you will realize you will get better at it after like 5 to 10 games. But if you're thinking about everything at the same time, you might take like, instead of like 10 games to get better at one thing, you take like 1000 games to get better at everything. If you want to just increase fast and like consistent, you need to focus on things like one by one. If you're thinking about too much and you're doing too much at the same time, it's most of the time not working out because you're gonna get situations that you are not used to and you will actually fail because you're trying too much at the same time, obviously. So my recommendation for that is, if you have a strict plan, write it down somewhere or like think about it and do everything step by step. I've done that as well before. Like I focused, for example, on like certain heroes, and I just got better and better and better at these heroes, and at some point I like spread it out with my heroes because I was like, yo, I want to play more heroes, I'm just enjoying everything else as well. And then I did that. And then I realized, for example, my laning is not good. I was focusing way more on my laning. And like at this point, like right now, my laning got like 10 times better than back in the day. I was very, very bad at laning because I hate it as well. Like, it is not one of my like most enjoyable things. But like at this point right now, I feel like my laning got 10 times better because I also worked on it, but I only focused on it. I was not like, yo, I need to get better at laning, I need to get better at last hitting, I need to get better at like trading. I just focused on my laning, and at some point I really got better at it. It's also gonna work out for yourself. The focus, step by step, and at one thing at the same time. The number 4 is the classic one. You are tilting too much. Remember one thing, if you tilt, you lose 90% of the games. I know it's a tough ask to do, but at some point you need to understand Dota is just a game and people want to have fun with it. The toxicity is basically not in every single game. People are just like thinking too much, yo, this guy said a bad word, he's super tilted. Maybe it's just his personality. Nobody cares in Dota pubs who you are, what you are, or like how good you are. They just want to play, enjoy the game, and win. And if you're tilting at the same point, you might actually get even worse teammates because you're gonna think like, yo, I'm tilted, I want to play better, nothing works out, my teammates are not good as well, and then you're automatically tilting them, especially if you all chat or something them. If this is happening, you are tilting yourself, your teammates, and like everybody else as well. And this is the big problem. It is the worst thing you can get if there are like 4 to 5 people are tilted in one team. I can guarantee you, you're not winning this game most of the time. The chances are very, very low. Even if you win, at the end, you're gonna be tilted, you're gonna go into the next game, and you automatically have a worse mindset than before, and you're automatically playing worse as well because you're not focusing on yourself, you're just focusing on like bad things that happened before that nobody cares about. So think positive. Or just don't think anything and just play. Enjoy it and play for your like happiness. Who cares? Dota is just a game, and keep remembering that. And the number 5 and the last point of this list is basically people don't have the confidence to take risks. Yes, people are just too scared of like winning or losing. You need to be confident in whatever you're doing in Dota, even though it is not good. If you are confident into it, you're gonna have way more success. It is in real life like that, and it is the same shit in Dota. So if you are confident that this hero, for example, Invoker is good, and you're winning a lot of games, and you are still confident even you're losing like 10 games in a row, then you will have more success in the long run. You need to be confident at whatever you're doing in the game, but you need to like also like rethink. You need to be confident in this moment, but you need to also like rethink after the game, yo, was this actually a good play? And if somebody's saying like, yo, I don't like this play, or this play was not good, take it as like a thinking process. Don't take it like offensively or something. Maybe they just don't have a different point or different view of the game. And people have different personalities, different views on different things, and they're also like looking at stuff differently. So think about that. Always be confident about things you are doing and you want to do. If you are not confident, you will not have success in the long run, and you will probably stay at your MMR where you are right now. So just think about these things, think about the tips as well I just mentioned before, and try to be confident. You want the MMR, nobody else. So do something for it and just work for it. Dota is not a happy place. Everybody wants the same. They want high MMR, or they want to get good or whatever, or they just want to win. And if 10 people wants to win, it's gonna be a clash, obviously, because people are just like fighting each other to win. So try to like look different at it and just take it very serious if you want to grind MMR, and then you're gonna see you have success at some point. For my personal view, is like I have 52 or 53% win rate on like 20k games, and if you think about it, that sounds actually not that high. But the 3% I have like the 53%, the 3% I have like more win rate than lose rate is basically like almost my 10k MMR. So just think about it like that. Dota is a long run, not a short term. You will not have success short term. I can definitely guarantee you that, especially when it comes down to MMR. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that these tips gonna help you out, and peace.